And that big gray thing you see there is one of two of our big crawler transporters. One of the world's largest land-moving vehicles. And that's what originally used to carry the moon rocket and its big launch tower out to the launch pad. Thank you, I'll get that. And then it was modified and used to carry the space shuttle and its platform. Now it's undergoing modification to be used for our future big rocket and capsule to carry out to its launch pad. So that's the crawler transporter. That's probably the best view you're going to get of it all day. There's the van that the astronauts rode in out to the launch pad. To you and I, it's an Airstream RV. To NASA, it's the Astro van. And then I want to take this opportunity, the tiles is what make the space shuttle unique, made it reusable over and over again. So I want to introduce Kevin. 13 took off from that platform, along with 4 other moon rockets. Now it's just a big rusting hulk of steel. This is our future program on your right. You saw that big picture of that new big rocket, the Space Launch System. The first unmanned flight from that platform is not for 5 years away. But you're not going to launch the rocket from there, you break too many windows. The launch pad is where you see those 3 big towers flashing over here to your right. You're about 4 miles away. We'll take you over there when you're making that ride out to the shuttle for your first flight. So the roadway to the first launch pad from the building is 3.5 miles. How long would it take that big crawler to take that platform and a shuttle on top? It'd take approximately 7 hours. Approximately 7 hours on a good day. When they originally conceived this 50 years ago, that was not going to be a roadway. That was going to be a barge channel. They were going to float the moon rocket out to the launch pad. But then they figured any kind of wind, it'd sway too much. It's Pad A. Finish first. Use first. All the men who walked to the moon, walked on the moon, took off from there. Neil Armstrong. Houston, Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed. That night, somebody laid a dozen roses on President Kennedy's gravesite in Arlington National Cemetery and left a card that said, "Mr. President, the Eagle has landed. We met his goal with fun." He goes, "That's not very funny." I go, "They're all laughing." The last man to walk on the moon, Gene Cernan, fully. In the middle 20 years of the shuttle program, they used both A and B, back and forth. The last 5 years of the shuttle program, this one was used exclusively. Therefore, the last shuttle took off from here, the Atlantis, way back in July of 2011. That's what it looked like since the last launch. The knees to get inside the space shuttle about 2 hours before liftoff. Then it's topped off with a white lightning mass. That lightning mass is the same height as Alan Shepard's rocket I pointed out to you earlier. $300,000 gallons fresh water floods the launch pad. You think, oh, they use all that water to cool everything off. Nope, they use all that rust. I'd say about 3/4 of you have one specific space shuttle launch etched in the back of your memory. And that was called the Challenger. And the first time they used that launch pad to launch a space shuttle was the Challenger Act.